Moshe Agadi, a 58-year-old Israeli father of four, was murdered by shrapnel early Sunday morning when a terrorist rocket launched from Gaza landed on his home. And this makes Agadi the first Israeli rocket fatality since 2014. This as over 450 rockets and counting also continue to fall indiscriminately on southern Israeli communities, injuring 9 other Israelis as well, including an 80-year-old woman, a man, and a teenage boy. In fact, several rockets have directly struck homes in Israel's south, as well as just outside of residences and in the courtyards of schools and other public buildings. One kindergarten in Sderot even suffered a direct hit, all while hundreds of thousands of civilians continue to stay close to nearby shelters.
החל משעות הבוקר ובתום הערכת מצב של מפקד המחוז הדרומי הוחלט בעקבות ירי תלול מסלול לעבות את מערך השיטור בכלל ערי המחוז. במסגרת הזאת נפרסו מאות שוטרים ולוחמים שנותנים מענה עיקרי בתחום הצלת החיים. במסגרת הזאת טופלו מספר פצועים שנפגעו כתוצאה מהירי. אנו חוזרים ופונים לציבור להימנע מהגעה למרחב הציבורי ולהפריע למשטרה וכוחות ההצלה בעבודה. בכל מקרה שהאזרחים נתקלים בפריטים שנורו, אנחנו מבקשים מכולם לחייג 100 ולעדכן את המשטרה ולאפשר לה לעשות את עבודתה.
Well, in response to the strikes, Israel has returned fire on at least 120 terror targets in Gaza, including a cross-border attack tunnel, an underground rocket factory, and terror group leaders' homes. At least 2 enemy combatants have also been killed, and several others have been reportedly injured. Meanwhile, the various terror groups in the Strip, including Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, have vowed for their part to now increase the range of their rockets should Israel continue to retaliate. Therefore, central Israeli towns are now also ordering shelters to be opened, while red alert sirens continue to sound off. Thankfully, however, most of the indiscriminate rockets aimed at civilian population centers have fallen into open areas, though, or back within the Gaza Strip. Though one did kill a mother and child in Gaza, which Hamas tried to pin on Israel initially. But after investigation into the claims, the IDF has concluded with confidence that, quote, their unfortunate deaths were not the result of Israeli weaponry, but rather a Hamas rocket that was fired and exploded not where it was supposed to. In fact, even Palestinian sources like Palestinian Authority negotiator Saeb Erekat condemned their deaths, tweeting, murdering a 37-year-old pregnant Palestine Abu Arar and her infant 14-month-old Saba is not and cannot be self-defense. And contrary to Hamas's rhetoric, this latest escalation all began with rocket fire on Wednesday and then sniper fire aimed at 2 IDF officers on patrol near the border. The officers were injured, though, but are in stable condition. And Israel responded with airstrikes that Hamas then claims initiated the flare-up. But further still, this all comes at the heels of continued cross-border violence on the part of Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, among others. Though ironically, the various terror groups hold that Israel hasn't lived up to its half of the tentative ceasefire, and in fact, just ahead of launching this latest barrage, Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar arrived in Egypt to attempt to broker another ceasefire. But Israel has had enough, with Foreign Ministry official Emmanuel Nachshon calling on the international community to condemn the unacceptable Palestinian violence, while Prime Minister Netanyahu and the IDF called up reserve soldiers to the border ahead of an expected several days of conflict.
More than 430 rockets and mortars have been shot by Hamas and Islamic Jihad from centers of Palestinian population at the Israeli population, causing 1 casualty and many injured. This is a situation that we cannot accept. We will hit back. We will make sure that the Palestinian terror organizations are not able to continue with those attacks. And we ask of the international community to condemn it in the strongest possible terms.
אני הנחיתי הבוקר את צה"ל להמשיך בתקיפות המסיביות נגד גורמי הטרור ברצועת עזה, וכן הנחיתי לעבות את הכוחות סביב רצועת עזה בכוחות שריון, ארטילריה וחי"ר. החמאס נושא באחריות לא רק להתקפות ולפעולות שלו, אלא גם לפעולות של הג'יהאד האסלאמי, והוא משלם על כך מחיר כבד מאוד.